Today we will be taking a close look at the Zacuto Viewfinder. This is probably the most exciting or the most different product that I have ever reviewed on this channel, so definitely make sure to stay till the end and to find out if this thing is actually any good. Hey, what's up everybody? Julian from smartphonefilmakingpro.com here, the ultimate online course about smartphone filmmaking. If you're new to the channel, welcome. On this channel we talk about tips and tricks and gear for making better videos using your smartphone. In case that's interesting for you, make sure to hit that subscribe button. In the last couple of years, the video quality that you can get out of your smartphone, and it doesn't matter if it's an Android phone or an iPhone, has gotten to a crazy scary point. Most smartphones these days have in-body stabilization. Pretty much all of them can shoot in 4K at up to 60 frames per second. Some of them can even shoot in 8K, and some of them can even shoot in Dolby Vision HDR. And the quality that you can get out of your smartphone is just completely next level. And the problem that Zacuto found is a smartphone can capture amazing images and videos, but the ergonomics, when shooting like this, it works, but it's just not perfectly fine. And another problem that they found, which is a problem that I have heard a lot from students of Smartphone Filmmaking Pro, is that whenever they are shooting outside on a bright sunny day, it can get very tricky to actually see what you're filming. And this is exactly the reason why they have created the Zacuto Viewfinder, and this beast right here, this is supposed to solve all of these issues that I have just mentioned. So first of all, if you're taking a closer look at the Viewfinder, you can see on the right here you have a little nice handle that you usually only see from video cameras, and on the bottom here you also have a nice grip, and basically you just open up the lid and place it in front of your eye, and then you can start filming like this. This is how you're supposed to be using this, and in my opinion this is a very interesting product, and a product that's completely different to everything that I have seen before. When it comes to the ergonomics when filming like this, I think this is a very nice setup, and I think with smartphones it's not the issue that it's super heavy, but like I've mentioned before, the ergonomics when shooting handheld without any sort of rig is just not perfect. And when you're shooting like this, also with the grip here, I think this feels very nice and very solid. And on one hand it just feels nice, secondly it adds more stability because you just have more points of contact, and thirdly, and probably the most important feature of this setup right here, is that it completely blocks out all the incoming light from the sides. This means you will always be able to truly see what you're filming when you're filming outside, because the sunlight can just not hit your phone screen directly. And on top of that, if you have ever heard of the company Zacuto, they are well known to create some very high quality viewfinders for professional cameras. And here in the Viewfinder there is also a magnifier built in, so not only can you see your screen very nicely, but it actually also gets magnified so you can see it even bigger, and the quality of the lens that they have put into here is just completely next level and is absolutely no comparison to anything else on the market. So when you're filming like this, I'm just showing you, you might be thinking like, well, Julian, okay, that's pretty cool and I get all the benefits, but what if I want to change my frame rate? What if I want to change my focus or whatever? And that's a pretty good question and a pretty important question also. But Zacuto has left this bottom here open, so you can always tap on your screen and you can change the settings, you can change whatever that you would like to change, and you do not always have to bring your phone out of here and back in and so on. As you can see, you can also use this setup with a case like I'm doing right now, but you can also use it without a case. You can also use it with any smartphone basically. So basically there are no limitations when it comes to the compatibility of this setup. And talking about the setup, I will now show you how you can set up your Viewfinder to get going. And basically this entire setup is split up, or can be split up, into a few different components. You have the grip right here, you have this back part right here that blocks the sunlights and that also has the magnifier built in, and then you have sort of the base plate, which will be your starting point. At the back of the Zacuto Viewfinder you have this red screw. You can just unscrew this, and by the time you have done that, you can spread this clamp and put in your phone. Like I said, there is tons of room, so you can pretty much use any smartphone, you can use cases and so on. On the Zacuto, you can find this little QR code. You can scan that and then you will find some markers that you can use to place your phone perfectly fine. To be honest, I have tried this once and I have also done it without using the markers and it worked just fine. But the theoretical best way to get the best results possible is to scan in this QR code and then to align the dots with the screen on your phone. After you are done with that, basically you just attach the second part of the set finder. It snaps in magnetically and then you are pretty much good to go. You can change the position of the handle to whatever you like. Basically, you just unscrew this knob right here and then you can just change it up to, like I said, whatever position that floats your boat or that fits your need for your specific need right now. And then you have this setup as you can see it right now, and then you can start shooting within, pretty much a minute or so. Besides the features that I have already mentioned to you, you can see here at the top here, you have a bunch of different mounting options. So for example, if you wanted to mount a microphone, this is the Rode Video NTG, for example. And then of course you would have to connect it still, but the ports are open, so you can just connect that without any issues at all. And then you can film like this. I can really see a setup like this for news, for example. That's, a very handy setup where you can shoot some very high quality audio and video. And then depending on the setup that you're using, you can of course also add some add-on lenses. So this one is the Freewell Sherpa. And then I can shoot some really nice stuff also with the ND filter, with the proper audio, with the iPhone 14 Pro. So with a setup like this, I can shoot some really, really nice stuff. And overall, it does what it should in a very, very nice way and also in very, very high quality. The Zacuto Zacuto does come in a bunch of different options. Basically, you can just buy the Zacuto itself. Then there is the director's kit. This one is the one that I have right now. And then there is also the cinematographer's rig. And basically, you just have to decide for yourself, like, which one would you like to get? But for me personally, I think the director's kit that I have is pretty much the sweet spot. So now let's talk a little bit about my experience and my conclusion of this setup. And I gotta say, I was very curious to test this out, but I did not expect a lot, to be honest, because the purpose of filming with a smartphone is that it's small and lightweight and fast and easy to use. And I have been using a Zacuto product in like 2010 or something like this when I was shooting with a 5D Mark III, and I knew that their products were good, but like I said, I just did not expect a lot. But especially if you're filming a lot outside, this setup is extremely helpful because it just blocks all the sunlight and you can just really nail the focus, the exposure, the framing and everything. The fact that you can hold it nicely like this, like you were used to holding a camcorder in the past, and also the grip right here, this does add more points of contact and it does also add more stability to the shots. I was using it with the iPhone 14 Pro and the in-body stabilization of that is already extremely good, so I could not see a large difference when it comes to the actual final shots. But in case you are using a different phone that does not have some very good in-body stabilization, then you will of course also see a big improvement in the stability of your shots. I have really enjoyed using this setup, and especially for some run and gun setups where I need good audio and good visuals, I think this setup is very, very nice. I can really see this product being used a lot for the more professional smartphone filmmakers that maybe also work with customers, because a setup like this just looks way more professional than just showing up with your smartphone. And you can of course also charge way more when you come up with a setup like this, because it looks more professional and also the final results will be more professional overall. So if you are an aspiring filmmaker and you plan to use your smartphone video skills to also make some money and to shoot for some clients, or if you're shooting some new stuff or some corporate stuff, I think this product is really, really well, and I can highly recommend it that you should get it. If you are a mom or a dad and you want to capture your kids playing on the beach, in the garden, wherever, then I do not think that a setup like this is absolutely necessary, considering this setup right here is over $500. So like I said, I do not think that this product is for everyone, but if you are struggling with seeing your screen in the bright sunlight, if you want to take smartphone filmmaking more serious, then I think a setup like this, it will definitely change the way and how you can film using your smartphone. But that's basically it. Let me know if you guys have any more questions. I will keep on using this. I will keep on testing this, and I will maybe also do a follow-up video and answer a bunch of your questions. A huge thanks to Zacuto for sending this rig my way. They did also support the channel with this video, so thank you very much. But as always, everything that I was saying in this video and that I am saying in these videos is always 100% my true and honest opinion, because I would not do a video if a company would tell me what I have to say. That's also the reason why I was saying that this is a fantastic product, but definitely not for everyone, especially considering the price point. In case you would like to learn more about filming with your smartphone, you can check out the first link below that like button. That will bring you to our Smartphone Filmmaking Pro Starter course, where you can learn in 5 days how to make better videos using your smartphone. And in case you have not seen the video where I am sharing 3 tips for making better videos using your smartphone, then click this video over there. Thank you. Bye bye.